So question number 4 says, who are the Ascendants? So I kind of answered that. So I want to actually go ahead and talk about some of the characters. With the Ascendants, this is the first time that a female is the lead character. In my previous stories, there's always been the male characters who've dominated the action scenes and most of the dialogue. But with this one, it's definitely the female characters. And the two female characters that are, really at the forefront of everything is Susan Lee and Mia Rivera. They are both very powerful women, and they're both very dominant and strong, both physically and mentally. Susan is the leader of the group, so to speak. She has the most field experience. She has the ability, but I don't reveal what that ability is right away. So that's something that you have to try to figure out throughout the story. But yeah, Susan is definitely someone that you don't want to mess with. She is highly trained. She worked for I think she worked for the FBI. And then there's Mia Rivera. Mia is a post-human with telekinesis, and she's very good at what she does. She's take charge. She kind of throws herself in the action more so than she probably should, but her intentions are really good. I have a character named James Payton. He is the muscle, so to speak, of the group, but he's also the biggest teddy bear of the group. So it's interesting to watch his interaction with the characters, because he's definitely someone that you don't want to piss off, but at the same time, he's the one that's going to react the most. He's the one that's going to do his best to try to protect the group. There's Cade. Cade is, I guess you can call him the comic relief of the group. He's very cynical in thinking. He's got very limited filter. He says whatever's on his mind, and a lot of times it annoys his fellow Ascendants, but at the same time, they love him because they know that come push or shove, he's going to do whatever he can to protect them. Who else is there? There is Stephanie Morgan? No, not Stephanie Morgan. There's Tori Hathaway. She's another main character. Tori, she's one of the most important members of the group, even though she doesn't have any field experience or any offensive abilities. But Tori is the one who can seek out other post-humans, other people that are like her. She can, as soon as someone activates their ability, she can pinpoint their location. So she is the one that's responsible for finding all the post-humans, and finding them when they're in trouble, when they're scared. She can sense them, and that helps greatly because Dr. Connors is constantly looking for different characters, different people to join this group of his, and it becomes a lot easier when he has Tori with him. Tori can also read people's minds, so that's a big thing. She has telepathy, and she uses her telepathy mostly she uses it within the group, but in the story there is a situation where she has to use it to interrogate another character. So that was her first time doing it. It was a bit of a challenge for her. So it's really interesting to watch her growth in the story. She's also the youngest character. She's the only one that's in high school. Everyone else is a tad bit older, and that makes up the majority of the cast. There is another character named Lucas Morgan, who was a former Ascendant, but then he left the group after a tragic event, and so he does make an appearance. And he definitely has different connections with each character. Some is romantic, some is pretty hostile. It's different responses with the different characters. So when you put this group together, the Ascendants is a very diverse group of individuals who have a lot to tell, a lot of stories to tell one another, and it's exciting to watch them all interact, and it's even more exciting to watch them interact with the sub characters, the ones who are not the major characters but are definitely pivotal to the storyline. So those are the Ascendants.